Hi guys, November the 28th after the market closed, and we're looking at a chart, intraday chart of S&P 500, which I wanted to bring it to your attention. From the get-go, the market gapped down here. You can see these nasty candles here opening on Wednesday right here. It dropped and then just continued going down 3090 and then started proceeding here. Some of the reasons were basically yesterday's comments by politicians and rattling the cage, rattling the jittery market about fiscal cliff and fiscal cliff comments by politicians before yesterday's close. Remember, these were the close, and if you watch that last night's video, you're going to see why these comments were taking the market down, and the market continued down as a gap, and this was a major gap. A lot of stocks gap down along with it, but then it came here sometimes in the morning about 9 o'clock or so, and then John Boner's, which is the Speaker of the House, his comments about that they will be able to get a deal on fiscal cliff lifted the mood and the choppiness and the selling in this market, and the market tried to retest that 3095 level and then took off here and never looked back. And you just see a stair climbing. It's just a stairs here, one more, just started climbing up the hill and then finished the day at the high, almost at the high, 1410, which looks good. Let's look at a 15-minute chart and see how that performs here. Look at this good big red candle and then a steady climb here. Very constructive thing. And now we're looking at on the daily chart here, and you can see S&P 500. Look at this here. The S&P 500 is now just finished the day here up 9 points almost, and that is very good indication, because we had this bottoming tail here, and then this big candles engulfing this whole area. But this tail was very long, and then the strong bullish action brought this thing up here to 1410, and now we have a little bit challenge. It'll run into here some resistance at 1422, which is the high, which is the 50-day moving average. Along with that, let's go take a look at some of the let me cover one more index here. I think let's cover Dow Jones, DJI, and see what we did. The same story is happening here. I'm going to remove this thing here. I don't like it. Delete these drawings. Okay, now you can take a look at it here. This thing is now touching its 200-day moving average, has not crossed that, and S&P is leading, and hopefully in a day or so we should see some positive action and it should cross. Then the next resistance would be at 13,200. That's what you're looking at it. Some of the notable stocks here I want to cover very good here. Apple gave a scare today to a lot of people, and that is why I want to cover this thing. You could look at this 5-minute chart here, and this was the huge gap that created. It dropped here. I mean, in pre-market, I was watching it early pre-market. They were start selling it here in it, and then it gapped down here, went some more down to 573 and found some footing, and it closed the gap at 572. If we look at it in 15 minutes, this was the gap that they were talking about, 572. It closed the gap here, and then it started running back up here. It started finding bid, and then once it got about to 577, it never looked back, but finished the day here on a little bit 1 or 2 points below. But if you look at this stock, it has run up a whopping 70-80 points here in the last 10 days and needs a rest. So it is kind of resting here, and it will muddle through here, the back and forth action. I expect maybe a day or two again, and then it will next target for this would be to strike the 600, which is what it looks like now. So let's look at the daily chart here, and I want to go over that very quickly. And now this next target is that 598 600 level on the 200-day moving average. Goog, on the other hand, also perked up here. I'm going to cover that real quick. Goog, and this is stock really perked up here today, and we're looking at the technicals here. It just started getting some volume and is trying to gun through to that 700 levels again, it looks like. On the other hand, let's look at the stock that is PCLN. This stock really went nuts here today, 22 points here, solidly up. Look at this candle, which is overwhelmingly a big engulfing candle, and the trajectory is now on the upside. So that is all for today.